Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ask an English Tutor. My name is Melissa, and here on my channel, I give real answers for real life about real English. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then subscribe to get more videos like this. And don't forget to like this video. In this video, I'm going to take the Duolingo English practice test on their website to see how well I would do. I'm a native English speaker, okay? So let's see what I do. Let's see how I answer the questions. I'm a native speaker, so I know that I can get a job in English, go to a university and speak English at the university level. I've done these things, okay? So let's see how I do on the test. So over the years, a good number, a handful, this is an informal measurement that we use. A handful of students have asked me to help them prepare for this test, the Duolingo English test, right? So when I met my first student who was interested in practicing this test with me, I took the practice test because I wanted to see how it was, what was on it. And here I'm going to take it again today because I've been studying different parts of the test for like more than a year now. And I just want to see how I would do on the test. I'm a native English speaker. I'm an English tutor. And I do have a college degree from an American university. Okay? So I think that I've proven that I'm able to prove your English proficiency to employers everywhere from wherever you are. So I think that I have proven that through my life experience, but let's see how well I'm able to do on this test. Okay, practice free or take a test. Okay, I'm just going to do this 15-minute try the test. Okay? Okay, 15 minutes. Take a free practice test and estimate your score. See what the test is like. Practice takes just 15 minutes. Get an unofficial score estimate. So, the practice test may include question types and reminders that do not appear on the certified test. Okay, so we got that disclaimer out of the way. And let's practice. Let's do it. Okay. Select the real English words in this list. Okay, younger, birds, white, party, holiday, 10, 8, 10. No, it's spelled wrong. Older, and soup. Okay. Type the missing letters to complete the text below. Downtown Grand Forks is the oldest part of the city and thus contains many historic buildings. It is the governmental center of the city and county. Ooh, it is used as a gathering place for large events and festivals. Also a farmer's market to sell every. Oh, I'm done. This medicine has a bitter taste. Capitalize that. See? Bada bing, bada boom, as we say in New York. Select the real English words in this list. That's real. That's real. Never heard that in my life. Yeah. Yes, that's real. No, that's not real. It sounds ridiculous. That's real. Mm-hmm. What? Tounder's not a word. Founder's a word, but not tounder. Write one or more sentences that describe the image. Okay. Um, there's a little girl. I'll write an adorable little girl sleeping in her bed with her doll. She's laughing. So maybe her dad has told her a joke before bedtime. Record yourself saying the statement below. Ooh. Mathematical and computer models are produced, and field research is done to test the models. Okay, type the missing letters to complete the text below. Maybe I'm going to finish the test faster than the 15. Okay, developing the capital. The Prime Minister, Robert Menzies, regarded the state of the national capital as an embarrassment. Over time, I don't know, attitude change from one something contempt, one, I don't know, one of contempt to that of championing something development in I championing something development. I don't know. Oops. I don't know actually. Oh, it's development. He fired 2 minutes. Okay. Select the real English words in this list. To see, that's not how it's spelled. Provocation, that's not real. Personal, universally, transitive, intention, accelerate, idealistic, courageous, not a word. Deadlined, I don't think so. Voluntary, yeah. Is that spelled right? Yeah. Construct, representative, specialist, restart. I would have recognized you by the sound. Okay. Record yourself saying the statement below. If you need help getting another job, I'll help you with that. I'm like screaming. Select the real word. Animation, no. Pinpoint. Shutters, right. Intellect. Indivert, no. Trudent, no. Maybe prudent. Stereo, no. Exterior, interior, no. Retailer, this is a little tricky because it's got me second guessing myself. Okay, record yourself saying the statement below. I don't know what the future will bring or when I will be back. This is fun. Okay, most people will, with dengue, recover and don't have any problems afterward. Dengue fever, I've never heard of it. Without treatment, treatment. 1 to 5% of infected people, 1 to 5 out of every 100 die from dengue. With good treatment, less than 1% die. What's dengue? Dengue. Yeah, that's real. Never heard. No. No. Pit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sensibility. Integrate or integrate? Integrate. That's a trick. I think that's a trick because maybe I've been pronouncing the word wrong my whole life. No. Prevention. Pony. Yeah. Results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine. Mm-hmm. Select the real words. Shattered, serenity, contrude. It sounds real, but I've never heard it before. Versatile, allegedly skeptical, formidable, superficial, fake, legitimate, and monopoly. Some of these are a little tricky. They're really, really like contrude. I don't know. It sounds real, but I haven't heard it before. Type the missing letters to complete the text below. During King Philip's War, Plymouth Colony alone lost 8% of its adult male population. It's not popular. Adult male populus. I don't know what it is. Adult male if it's not population, I don't know what it is. By the end of the war, They are 1/3 of New England's approximately 100 towns had been burned and abandoned. What is that? Male populace? Popu I think they made a mistake. Populate. I spelled it wrong. I was adding an extra U. I knew I wasn't crazy. No. No. Yes. No. Mhm. Yes. Yeah. No. No. They will try to wait. Story is published. Okay. Real words: tenderness, detrimental, negligible, hypocrisy, astronomy, traumatic, element, coherent, nostalgia, dismay, explicit, mediocrity. Record yourself saying the statement below. I will have gone to the movies by the time you decide what you want to do. All of her works were published by the same publisher. Missing. The league council acted as a type of executive body directing the assembly's business. It something with something permanent members. Began. It began with four permanent members. This is like a crossword puzzle, and four permanent non-members that were elected by the assembly for a 3-year term. Got to do a lot of reading. Interactive reading. You will have 7 minutes to answer questions about a reading passage. Okay. A contract is an agreement entered into by two. How do I pick a word? Two parties. Usually for the exchange of goods or services. Companies that engage in international business are usually engaged in multiple contracts that are that are entered into with various business practices, participants, business partners. The contracts are often legally binding, so blank each party, so that a contract is an agreement entered usually for exchange of goods and services. Companies that engage in international business are usually engaged in multiple contracts that are entered into with various business partners. The contracts are often legally binding, so that each party is bound to honor its commitments. Select the best sentence to fill in the blank in the passage. So then next, this would amount to breach of All the standard legal documents are signed by each side should agree to what is. This means that one party cannot fail to make any of its contractual obligations. Most companies. So I think it's the third one. The contracts are often legally binding so that each party is bound to honor its commitments. This means that one party cannot, you're bound to meet your contractual obligations. Okay, click and drag text to highlight the answer to the question below. What is a contract? A contract is an agreement entered into by two parties for the exchange of goods and services. Okay. What is important to a company's international business operations? Careful. Oh, here we go. Careful management of contracts at all stages of negotiation as well as finalization is crucial to the success of a company's international business operations. Select the idea that is expressed in the passage. Oh, I would have to read this again. The person who writes the contract is the main author. No. A common error in contract management is assuming that an ongoing contract should never be modified. Wait, negotiations are, no, not that. And contracts are agreements between two parties that are legally binding and required. I think that's, but let me just double check. Contract each party mean that one this would mean this is about contracts. Yeah, so this one. Okay, select the best title for this passage. Contract law and its implications, good business practices, negotiation, no. The importance of contract management, careful management of contracts at all stages will define contract law and its implications are usually, I don't know. It could be the first one. I don't know if it's the first one or the last one. The importance of contract management. I didn't really read it, so let me. Contract is an agreement entered into by two parties, usually for the exchange of goods or services. Companies that engage in international business are usually engaged in multiple contracts that are entered into with various business partners. The contracts are often legally binding so that each party is bound to honor its commitments. This means that one party cannot fail to make any of its contractual obligations. This would amount to breach of contract, which may lead to legal action. I think contract law and its implications. And then the word management in that last sentence is like what was making me like throw me off and like to think that the answer was the fourth option. But it's definitely the first one. Interactive reading. It's done. Respond to the question in at least 50 words. Films can tell us a lot about the country where they were made. What have you learned about another country from watching its movies? Oh, I don't watch many movies, international movies. Um, uh, um, have I seen any international movies? I've seen maybe one Bollywood. I've seen some British movies. I've seen one Italian movie. British movie, British movie. Okay. Um, I haven't seen many international movies. Um, I can't imagine. Oh, okay. I can imagine that many other Americans would say the same. However, I love um, a one British holiday movie called Love Actually. Um, from this movie, I learned a lot about British humor. I like it. No, I should say something more substantial. You know, um, it's it's wry, it's different, and I like it. I'll um also um I love what else can I say? What else did I learn from the movie? From the uh, I wish that I wish that I had seen I wish that I have seen more movies. So, but having only really seen one or two, you know, can't lead me to make such a substantial generalization about the UK. That's my honest, real answer. Oh, okay. Um, I'm an English tutor, so I work with many students around the world. I often receive lots of praise from these students in testimonials and ratings, and I'm so fortunate that I'm able to impact their lives. And I also learn a lot about me and how I can be a better tutor based on the feedback that they've given me. Oh my gosh, I was prepare to speak for at least did I talk enough? Prepare to speak for at least 30 seconds about the image below. Um okay. I'm looking at an image of a man sitting on a bench. Maybe he's in a town square and he's sitting next to like a bronze statue of another man that looks similarly frustrated. And it's really interesting and really funny because he's like looking exactly like the statue of the frustrated man. But the man looks like maybe he's a businessman and maybe he's on his break from work. Okay, now was that 30 seconds? Prepare to speak for at least 30 seconds about the question below. Talk about a book you read recently. What was the title? What was it about? How did you first hear of it? What did you like or dislike about it? What was the last book I read? Okay, this is a common question, so I should know. Okay. I recently read a book called Atomic Habits. Well, actually, I didn't really read it. I've been listening to the audiobook. It's by an author named James Clear. I picked up his book, or I was able to download it from my local library. It's about different habits that we can implement in our lives and how we can change the way that we think. I heard about it from a student that I tutor. I love the book. I've learned so much. And I know that I'm going to have to read it again. Gosh. Writing sample. Your response will contribute to your score and will be available to institutions that receive your results. Prepare to write about the topic below. Who is a person you think you have impacted in your life? What impact have you had on that person and how? Write for 3 to 5 minutes about the topic below. Who's the person? Okay. Okay. Well, I am fortunate to be an aunt. I have several nieces and nephews. Um, my oldest niece isn't much younger than I am. I think that we're almost like sisters. I always took my role as an aunt very seriously. I was always careful about the choices that I made because I knew that she was watching me. I put a lot of pressure on myself to be the perfect role model. Even though my attempt to be perfect made her feel pressure to feel pressure to meet my to match my accomplishments, I am always so delighted when she tells me about the impact and influence that I've had on her life, from, educational choices to even fashion. Oh, I literally do have to write for 5 minutes. They're not letting me go on. Who's the person? Okay. Um, I hope that I can continue to inspire her, and I hope that she'll continue to listen to me. It's not so easy to give advice to someone in their 20s, because they're like learning. I feel like, are they scoring me based on like how much I'm writing in this? Oh, finally. Okay, because they're learning from their own experience. Okay. Um and also in our situation, we're relatively close in age. in age. So, uh I'm Not sure that I would trust someone who wasn't much older than me either. Okay. Speaking sample. It's time to record your speaking sample video. Your response will not affect your score, but will be available to institutions that receive your results. What? Okay. Make sure you're centered in the camera frame. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for my close up. Prepare to talk about the topic below for 1 to 3 minutes. Describe a story that you enjoy. It can be a book, a movie, a TV show, any story. What do you like best about the story? How do you think it could be better? One of my favorite movies is called Mrs. Doubtfire. It's about a couple that unfortunately gets divorced at the beginning of the movie. And then the mom doesn't want her now ex-husband to see their children anymore because she feels that he's a bad influence. But being that he's a very talented actor, he decides to dress up like an old grandma because he knows that the mom is looking for a new nanny. And Mrs. Doubtfire is born. This is one of my favorite movies because when I was a kid, I didn't really like children's movies so much. I like this movie because it felt realistic, a divorce, real kids, parents fighting. It was relatable for me. I don't think that this movie could be any better. It's the perfect film. If the only thing that I could say is make it longer. Make a new one, make a second one. I'd like to see part 2. Submit. 115 to 145. Understand. What? That was the perfect. Is that a perfect score? Understand your score. What? Understanding your score report. Scores are reported on a scale of 10 to 160. So what? Huh? What? One? What? Why? Why did I only get one? What happened? Huh? Why? There has to be a mistake. Oh my gosh. You know what? This was just a simulation. So, yeah. Oh, why did I get that score? I don't understand. It's me. But you know what? I think that that's just a simulation, right? I think that, I was rushing through it, but come on. I think I got every single thing right. Come on, it's me. It's just a simulation. It's just a simulation. It's just a simulation, and it doesn't represent the actual score that I would really get. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope that you give it a like and that you subscribe to my channel, Ask an English Tutor, to see more videos like this. And if you want me to talk more about the Duolingo English test, let me know. Leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.